Oh my goodness. Oh, look at that. Crazy. Oh.
What is this thing, Charlie?
Oh my God.
What we dreamed about.
Oh my God.
It's a cob.
Oh my goodness.
It's a silver cob. Oh.
It could be.
I see it right there. It's an Ariel. Oh, wow. Oh, is that it?
It is a cut Ariel.
Oh my God. Oh, that is a nice copper coin, but oh, Doug, do you know what time it is?
45 up.
Who says 45 of, Doug? It's quarter after. What's up, guys? Hoarder here. Welcome to the Thursday night. Where am I hearing music over here? Something's playing over here. Let me make sure I didn't mute that over here. Okay, it's muted. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Thursday night quarter after show. We've got a fun show of some recaps, some fun stories, some interesting things, some announcements, the whole rigmarole that we're going to go through and hang out for an hour and a half and just see what's up in the world. You know what I'm saying? I got the whole crew back here. I'm going to bring them in first, and then we'll go over the announcements this week. So let's start off with the handsome and charismatic, well, maybe not handsome, Dog Tag Doug, Mexican Doug, Jane Fun Doug.
I knew you were talking about me.
Yes, you knew it. How are you, Dougie?
I'm doing all right, thank you.
Are you excited? Are you pumped up, Doug?
About what?
I don't know, life in general. We had a good spot last weekend. We got a good spot this weekend. Life is good. We're on the right side of the dirt. Come on, you gotta be pumped up.
Yep, I'm pumped.
Super high energy from Doug. Thank you, Doug. Super high energy.
This is about as high as it gets.
Yes, you're like a wrestler. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you're like Hulk Hogan cutting a promo against Roddy Piper. Let's bring in another one who we haven't seen in a while, who wasn't here last week, Mr. Rich Van Winkle. How are you, Rich?
Good. How are you guys doing?
We are good,
Richie.
Rich. I got an old picture of Rich for the show tonight from like many, like 5 years ago or whatever it was. But he looks significantly younger, Doug. Even the youngest guy of the group, when you look at pictures from 5 years ago, you notice a change. And I've got an old one of Doug too. So it'll be fun to reminisce.
Oh, okay.
In our younger days.
Which one of mine are you?
I'm not going to tell you. Why would I let the cat out of the bag?
Does Doug
look
look
one of
younger
Rich's
than him?
legs? I want everybody to see.
Yeah, you very
I
rarely.
still got that video, Rich.
They're not any more tan than they were then.
Yeah, it could be 125 degrees out, and Rich has on pants and long sleeves.
Yep.
So
he's allergic to the sun.
I didn't even know Rich had legs. Let me bring in Lynn, and then we'll say some hellos in the chat. So there she is, the lovely and talented Lindiana Jones. How are you, Lynn?
Hey.
Anything new with you, Lynn?
Not too much. Home for a couple weeks before I go off to another show.
Yeah, Lynn didn't send me the next show. Do you have something to hold up, Lynn? You can tell everybody about it.
They don't have a card for this one. I don't know if you're not gonna be able to see it. Probably.
Yeah, I can see it. Hold on, I'll put you on the big side. Hang on, I'll put you on the big side.
All right.
Zoop. Go ahead.
All right. It's backwards
Keep
though. Isn't
moving it
Oh,
over.
I can read it. Just lift it up a little higher. You have to cover your face with it. There you go.
That's it.
76th Fisherville Antiques Expo. Move it to your left. There you go.
That's it. Keep going.
Fisherville, Virginia, Augusta Expo. Well, everyone can see it. It's Saturday or Friday in May 8th and 9th.
And May 9th.
Right.
Yep. All right, Fisherville. There we go. Thank you, Lynn.
Okay.
And we'll plug it next week. And then, of course, let me bring up the photo real fast.
And where is Fisherville?
Fishersville's down in Virginia in the Shenandoah Valley. It's a beautiful area down there, mainly down Route 81.
Oh, okay.
So
I got a photo from the last show, Lynn, that you sent me from someone who came out. You said she drove quite a ways. I'll make it full screen. What's the story behind this lady?
Yeah, she drove 3 hours. And she was a lot of fun. She was so sweet.
She drove 3 hours just to meet you, or is she an antique person also?
Well, she does like antiques, but she came because she saw your promotion.
Wow. And her give her a shout out, Lynn. You remember her name?
Her name was Ellen Mary.
Ellen Mary. So Ellen, thank you.
What is it now?
It is Ellen Mary.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
Alan, thank you for supporting our
We
lovely
had a
Lynn.
lot of fun, and she was just really nice.
That's a nice setup too. Your booth there. That's a nice setup. I liked all the black. It looks really good.
Thank you.
So well done. Let me say a couple hellos, Doug, before we get into it. I do see some of the moderators here. I see Bree, Metal Detectorist is here. Thank you, Bree, for all your moderating things that you do.
Hey, Rich Van Winkle's in the chat.
Rich Van Winkle is in the chat. It's nice to see Rich. Of course, Alicia Hot Mess Fishing is here. Alicia, thank you very much for showing up. And I got a message for Teresa right before the show. She's getting on a plane, so she might not be able to make it. We'll see. We'll see what's coming up.
Note to Mark.
Yeah, Note to Mark. I have a thing, Doug, for Note.
Dropping.
Note to Mark, I noticed is every time I happen upon a live show or any sort of a YouTube video and look at the comments, Note to Mark is always there. He's always there. And I made a joke with him. Let me bring up a picture of Note to Mark. Here's a picture of Note to Mark. I made a comment of Mark, how do you get in all these places? Every video, every live stream. And I figured it out, Doug. I figured out how he does it. He has his Oompa Loompas. And the Note to Oompa Loompas tell Mark, hey, Mark, there's a live stream over on this channel. And then Mark goes over and watches it. That's a little background of Mark at the Nokta factory.
I like their uniforms.
Yeah.
The one guy has a Nokta hat on. He's the supervisor. This guy's the supervisor.
Oh, Mark doesn't supervise?
No. Mark is just an employee.
Okay.
That's the head Oompa Loompa.
They do all the work.
If you look up close, the Oompa Loompas all have Mark's face. You have to really.
I know, that was the first thing I noticed.
So that's Note to Mark. Thank you, Note to Mark, for that's Mark said that's his second in command, Doug. Whoops, wrong one.
Oh, okay.
Whatever. I can't find it, Mark, but that's a little insight of how Mark gets to every live stream all over the country.
I think there were some safety issues in that picture.
Was it? Hold on.
OSHA would have a field day there.
Wait, hold on. Let me see. I didn't really get a good look at it.
These guys on one ladder.
What about these guys up here hanging from the ceiling? I don't even know what they're doing up there. I don't even know what they're doing.
Is this a training session or what?
This is the circus that Mark has to work with every day. Danimal Dig says it looks like the Amazon warehouse. Yeah,
Mark needs a top hat and a whistle and a whip.
Earlier today, I texted Mark and said, Mark, don't ask me any questions, but I need you to send me a picture of yourself. And he's like, wait a minute, why? And I'm like, just do it.
Yeah, you don't ask why, you just do it.
Yeah.
He should have followed his instincts.
Well, he knew it was coming, but he did it anyway. That's a good friend. So, no, thank you, Mark, for showing up. And there was some news. I was on the phone with Mark today, Doug. I don't know if you followed the whole interweb of metal detectors and metal detecting, but I wanted to show you this, Doug. I thought it was kind of cool. I'm sure the people in the chat may know, but Nokta is finally on the board with their first pulse machine, their first PI machine. It's a gold machine, Doug, called the Magnetar 9000.
Magnetar?
The Magnetar. It sounds like a superhero, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it sounds like a 1980s VHS player, the Magnetar.
Yeah.
But it's a powerful pulse machine. I got a few photos of it, Doug.
It's got a better pulse than me.
There's a gentleman with it. Now, I don't know a lot about it yet. It's brand new, and my knowledge of gold machines could fit in a thimble. But I'm going to learn it as we go. But I got a few pictures of it. I was just really excited.
If it's a gold thimble, it'll find it.
They've been talking about this pulse machine for years. And, I don't really ask questions about it. When you're developing something new, when it hits, so, but this Monday, Delic made an announcement. It's here now. They'll be shipping to the US within probably a week or so. You can read all the specs on the Nokta Detector's website. Mark's putting some specs in the chat. 5.3 pounds, which sounds heavy for a metal detector, but comparable gold PI machines weigh about 7 or 8 pounds. Mm-hmm. So like all Nokta machines, it's lighter than the competition. It's less expensive than the competition. It's waterproof where the competition's not. Here's a shot of the front of it, Doug, and I got a close up of the control box there. Which again, I don't know much about it. We're going to have to see what comes of this thing. And I even got a little video I found. This video was hard to get because it was on like a foreign website with like Africans using it because they tested it in Africa, you know, where a lot of the gold is.
A lot of gold there.
So if you want to see it, here's a little preview.
Okay.
So listen up. That's why it's waterproof, though, Doug. If I pause it, no other machine you can take in the water. Imagine if that guy on the left drops that machine. You know, that's $12,000 or whatever it costs. I think it's actually like $8,500. If that was a competitor, that's gone. It's dead. It's a doorstop.
Wow.
And the guy on the right who's detecting the bottom of, I think they call them like a sluice box. So that way, if a little piece of gold, and this thing can find gold like a quarter the size of your thumbnail, Doug. Yeah. That's what it does. It's a gold finding machine. And the fact that it's waterproof, you can bring it where other machines can't go. You can hear the threshold on that. So really exciting times. I'm happy for Nokta to, whoops, hold on, Doug. Where the heck are we? I'm happy that Nokta's finally on the board with that pulse machine. I know it was a long time coming. And I can't wait to see all the cool things about it. And, you know, there's a slight chance, Doug, there's a slight chance that people might even see it in action right here on this channel. But more to come on that. So keep on watching. Exciting times, though, Doug. What do you think about that? Do you like gold, Doug?
Oh, absolutely.
I've been watching some gold videos this week from like other YouTubers and stuff, like people that go out and look for like nuggets and little, they call them pickers and stuff. And even though it's similar to what we do, it's all at the same time, it's totally different because you know, you have to move it super slow. And then you hear that whiny threshold that goes on the whole time. It's like,
you got to be in tune to that sound.
You got to retrain. It's different than what we do. Yeah. And then the ultimate prize after they're out there and they're picking in the ground with a pickaxe and you're in the desert or wherever, the prize that comes out is a teeny little flake of a pebble, but that pebble might be worth $3,000. So you know how Gold Fever is, Doug. So I'm excited that Gold Fever is now back in action with a detector. So it looks exciting times, Doug. Exciting times. So, but anyway, I wanted to get in for this show of wait. Let me make sure I went past the Oompa Loompa picture of Mark. Yeah, okay. So I put them on out of order.
I think you ought to leave that up the whole show. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, anytime there's some downtime, I'm just going to put up the picture of Mark and his Oompa Loompas. I wonder if I love that I was able to get Mark's face on all of them. You know, like when you make something, Doug, and you just crack yourself up. And that's what it was.
Going all the time.
Oh, all the time. Yeah. I'm my own biggest fan. I'm my own biggest. Mark said that's his new wallpaper. I just had a good time with that, but we'll come back to that. Let me digress.
Hey, no, tell him to use it as wallpaper in his bathroom.
Yeah. His wife would probably like that. His wife would like that.
Talk about being bladder shy, right?
Yeah. Everyone can print this out, and then if you ever mail anything to Mark, you could wrap like a gift in it.
That could go viral.
Yeah, I really like that. So, all right, enough of Mark and his Oompa Loompa friends.
Oh no, more.
We'll bring it back again. We'll bring it back again later in the show. Yeah, I bookmarked where in my presentation it was, so I can keep coming back. But I wanted to get into, Doug, a little bit of recap in this week's video with some cool background stories, because there was a lot that happened. If you didn't see it yet, Doug, I don't know if you saw it, Doug, because you weren't there when we went to this location.
Yeah.
But it was only me, Rich, and Lynn, and we were detecting this beautiful 1700s colonial house with the downside that it was pouring rain for 83% of the day, Doug. Pouring rain. But this was the back where we kind of hung out mostly. And we hung out there because it was closer to the barn, so we could run back and forth to get out of the rain. And I'll show you some of the photos of it before we get into some of the really cool finds. I mean, there's the other side of the house. It was
Beautiful
absolutely,
house.
oh, it was beautiful. It was stunning. And they were the nicest people. But we worked most of the backyard, and here was like my base camp, Doug. I kind of hung out in these barns because it was pouring rain. I didn't want my headphones getting wet or my camera or my microphone. Rich was out there most of the day. He doesn't care. Lynn was out there for a lot more of the day than I was. She didn't seem to care, but I was kind of hunkering in. And I even showed a little bit of the barn. Usually I don't show a lot of the barns, but I was standing there for, it seemed like hours. So I thought I would show you, like, there was the other side of home base, I called it, Doug, where I hung out all day. The barn, I think he said, was like 1820, really beautiful old barn. Some stairs that went upside, some of the original doors. I think he had some of the original wavy glass. He told me there was a hidden little entrance for an old still. Yeah. So I was able to get down on my hands and knees and, get that Paron down in there. It was super cool. So I was kind of hanging out the barn for a while. The old corn cribs, the corn cribs were original with a lot of the hewn beams, original floors. And look at the legs, Doug. If you can see the erosion from sitting out there. I mean, these little eroded, concrete legs or whatever they are, block legs, are holding that whole thing up.
Brick. Yeah.
The little brick legs. You know what they need to do? They need to rent Mark's Oompa Loompas and fix that.
And have them stand under there.
Well, no, they could build something. I don't put on their backs, Come on, they're still people, Doug. But that was the barns. But we did find good stuff. And when I say we, of course, I mean Rich. Scotty Poppers asked if I was wearing my jorts. I have not yet put those jorts on. I still own them. My wife made me self-conscious that those jorts are really dated and look terrible, although I thought they looked cool on me, Doug. Doug, you saw me in the jorts, didn't you, when I tried them on?
Yeah, leave them in the drawer.
Really?
Oh, God. Wear
Lynn,
them this weekend, and we'll judge them.
I'm going to wear them this weekend. I never film myself from the waist down anyway.
It's not going to be that warm.
And I want Lynn, I trust your judgment if the jorts look good on me or not. Yeah, Sue Ramsey said John Cena pants. Yeah, they're like John Cena pants. And because I hold the camera, Doug, you can't see the jorts because I will only film from the
Maybe
waist
just
up.
bring a change of clothing just in case.
No. If you're going to jort, you got to own the jorts, Lynn.
Well, I can't wait.
Yeah, like if I'm coming, I'm coming. Oh, but Brando asked how Charlie was. We mentioned in the beginning, Charlie's doing well. Talked to him yesterday. He's still he's rehabbing. He had one of his knees replaced. It's coming along good. He's able to walk up and down the stairs. He's doing a good job. He's having the other one done in about 3 weeks. That way he will be a fresh new relic hunter, come midsummer.
Sure.
So he took a half a step back to take 3 giant leaps forward, but he's doing well, Brando. Thank you for asking about him. I invited him on the show, but he said he still ices it up a lot, and he didn't want to be icing his knee up all show, during the show. All right. Anyway, let's jump into some finds, Doug. I don't know if you had a chance to watch any of the video or not. There was some really good stuff. You did or you did not?
I did.
Oh, okay. Most of the finds are from Rich, but that's okay. I like to take credit that it was all of us. So Rich got the first one.
I'll detect
Does all the work. We get all the credit.
Right.
As long as I'm not cold, I'll stay out in the rain.
You must have been cold because you were like a wet dog out there. Like I was hiding.
If I was cold, I wouldn't have been out there.
I don't know. I disagree because you were finding stuff. I think you would be out there. The technician asked if Charlie's knee will be setting off the detector. I'm not sure. Maybe it would be, Doug. I don't know. Maybe that's one of those metals that you just don't pick up your knees. All right. Anyway, let's see what Rich got. He had a lot of stuff. This is the first thing of the day. And man, this was a weird one, Doug. And when it was dirty, above that rooster, doesn't it look like, now keep in mind if there was dirt on it, it looked like a hatchet, like someone was going to use that to decapitate the poor chicken and put him on the dinner table.
Mm-hmm.
But it turns out it was like 1 and then something for like the pound sign. Rich, do you remember what the coin was called?
Oh, geez. Did it start with it was like a pingot or something?
Well, it's on you can read it if you look. If you open your eyes up and look at the screen.
One
Pingin?
Yeah, it was like a 1 pingin. And I I think it was like an Irish coin, wasn't it?
People love that coin in the comments.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, one pingin there. Bree's got it. I think that's the spelling. A pingin, I think. Some of our UK friends chimed in. I think it was Ireland or maybe Australia. I forget.
It was Irish.
Yeah, because there's the harp
There's
on
the
the
harp.
back. Yeah,
Yeah.
so you see the harp. I always assume Ireland, and it was 1942. I'm assuming whenever I see a foreign coin from around this time, I assume that like a U.S. serviceman brought it back from like World War II. You know, they brought back all sorts of mementos. I have no proof of that. That's the story I make up in my brain. You know, most finds we try to make up a scenario of who held this. You know, you try to picture who touched it last. Kind of makes it a little bit of exciting. Lynn, what do you think of that diagnosis of that's how this thing got where it was?
I think that's a pretty safe bet. Although during World War II, I don't know, did anything happen in Ireland?
Doug, let's ask Doug. He was there. Doug, was there any activity in Ireland?
Yes.
There was. Doug said there was, Lynn. There you go.
So the Yanks were all over Great Britain.
Okay, then that's a good diagnosis.
Rick Rorg says it's not a chicken, it's a turkey.
Yeah.
He might be right. Let me see. Let me go back.
Yeah, it's a turkey.
Oh, it's okay. All right, I can see it being a turkey. It's
Yeah.
some sort of a fowl. Yeah, some sort of delicious looking fowl. So that was Rich's first find of the day. I thought it was a token. I didn't even know it was an actual coin until we looked it up and Googled it. So
And it looks like it has Ireland, the word Ireland underneath.
Oh, down here
in Celtic, yeah.
I'm not sure. We find a lot of I call them weird to my eyes, but like international coins from the 40s and stuff from that World War II and all. We found them in different shapes. We found some that were like octagons, like stop signs. I found one that was a square once. I did this but it would be like this, a square coin. They must have really experimented with coins back in that day, where today almost all coins are just kind of round, plain coins. So back then they were a little more experimental, Doug.
Well, I'm going to check with my buddy in Ireland and see if he can identify it.
We already identified it. And who's your buddy in Ireland?
Ollie McSweeney.
Oh, I know Ollie. Well, I don't know him, but I've spoken with Ollie McSweeney.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
He just found a large set.
Did he really?
A braided hair.
He texted me. He messaged me and told me about it. Yes, he sent me a photo of it. You're right. You're right. Oliver
McSweeney.
Yes. All right. The next find from Rich, again, I just sat there and just watched him from the safety of the awning, as I like to call it. Let me scroll up so I can even see what this was. All right. Oh, so I walked out to Rich on this one, and he found your favorite thing, Doug. He had a small silver coin in his hand. And when I walked up, I thought it was a mercury dime. But then when I looked at it closer, it was completely blanketed with dirt on both sides. I don't know why I threw a guess out of mercury dime. That's what it looked like to me. That's how bad my eyes have gotten recently.
I remember that. I was like, you can't. I was like, how do you know?
I don't know what I was seeing. I thought I saw a mercury dime, but eventually he wipes it, and then we were able to see that it's not. It was actually much older than a mercury dime, Doug. And he got himself this beautiful. I'll make him full screen. Doug loves the silver coins.
Yes.
Doug had a beautiful silver coin this past weekend, but you won't see that until a week or two. But he had a great one. But this was a nice 1912 barber dime. I'm sorry. A later year one. I don't think there was a mint mark on it. Let me see. Oh, I must not have hit the play button. There it is right there. And it looked like where you found that, Rich, you were kind of under a tree to at least get out of the dirt a little bit.
A lot of the good things I found there were in that same area under those trees there. Yeah,
that's where the hot spot was. But, again, if you venture out of that area, then you're out of the, if you look, Doug, here's the shot. A lot of the yard was open. So you're just standing in the rain and the thunder and the lightning. So we kind of hovered under these trees over here. There was a few trees over here.
Stay in a lightning storm.
Well, listen, you're hoping it hits the highest thing. That's why I didn't go out there, because I'm taller than both of them. So, But so we tried to hunker under the trees. So we say that's where the good stuff was, but that's where we were primarily. But Rich got that awesome barber dime, but he got some other really cool things too, Dougie.
Yes, as he usually does.
Yes, he usually gets his fair share. Let me see what else he's got here. There's a shot of a soaking dog, Rich, who was waiting for me by the hole. Look at his pants are soaked. His shirt was soaked. I don't know. We were going to leave, but it was like an hour and 40-minute drive for me. We already got out there. When you get permission to a private property place, you don't want to mess that up. You just go. You make the best of it. It's not like we know the guy. You just show up and you make the best of it. We met him.
Keep going.
Yeah, I mean, once you're wet, then you're wet. I would have been out there too, but my gear, I didn't want my gear to get ruined. Some of that gear is really expensive. Not detecting gear, but YouTube gear. But Rich had a nice dirty circle down in the hole, Doug, like a muddy circle. We love those dirty circles.
Yes.
So I hover around and Rich is picking it up and he's doing light little wipes. And then when he held it up to me, if you can see that, Doug, I saw half cent because it was about the size of a quarter from my height. But then when I saw that half cent, I got excited.
Sure.
Now, a lot of the half cents we find, usually they're like classic head half cents, maybe a drape bust half cent, but you hope for like a rare one. So, we talked this when the three of us walked over to the safety of the awning to clean this half cent up out of the rain. And then when Rich got enough of it, you could see that it was a braided hair half cent. Now, if you're not a coin person, braided hair half cents are the rarest half cents. And I've got a slide, Doug, I'm going to show you. Oh, first I got a picture of it cleaned up a little bit. You can see the date there. Well, you can see 18-blank-7. And, in the video, we talked about how it has to be in 1857. So we knew the year, not the greatest shape at the moment. You can see half cent on the back. Now, what's cool about these, Doug, is here's a little slide of the mintages. These are all the years, only these years that they made the braided hair half cent for circulation. And look at those low mintages, Doug.
Yeah.
Now, most coins you find are minted in the millions, sometimes tens of millions. But every braided hair, look how low. And if you look at the very bottom, the 1857 that Rich found is the key date from the entire already rare series of braided hair half cents, 35,000. Now, to put that in comparison, I got a slide here, Doug, just so you can see. Now, don't forget, 35,000. So if you look at like the Indian cents, everyone knows the 1877 is like the Mama Jama of Indians, the key date, the one that's super valuable.
That's
almost 1,852,000 of them.
Yeah.
And that's the desirable one. Don't forget, Rich's 35,000. That's how rare it is.
And somehow this is the second one I've found.
You've probably found 3 or 4 that I've seen of all different years, but every one of those braided hair half cents are rare.
Yeah.
And if you live in a part of the country where even Indians are tough, I have a next slide of wheat pennies. Everyone knows the 1909 SVDB is the Mama Jama of wheat pennies, but 484,000, which is still really rare, but well over 14 times as many as Rich's braided hair half cent. Now, for whatever reason, the braided hair half cents don't really have a lot of value. Now, whether people just don't collect them, the supply and demand, the supply is so limited, but there's just not a big demand on them for whatever reason. So even if you
maybe you will be someday.
How much longer you got to wait, Rich? You're 175 years old.
Yeah, I don't know. I got to get 40, 50 years in me.
I can't imagine next year they're going to fly up in value all of a sudden. I guess people don't want them for whatever reason, like coin collectors, because they sure want these other ones.
Yeah.
So if anybody knows, I'm really curious. Look, the Key Day Kid is here. Said he dug a 1909 SVDB. Wow. Well, look, there was 800 or 484,000 of them, so they are out there. But that's the Mama Jama of wheat pennies for sure. So anyway, congratulations, Rich, on braided hair half cent number 4 or 5. Do you remember the other ones you found, Rich? If I bring that slide back up of their mintages, I'll make it a little smaller. Do you remember the other ones that you found? Any of them over time?
Well, I found 2 1857s.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, and an 1851, and I don't remember more than that.
I thought you found another one from the I thought you found the 49. I thought that was the first one you found at the house we did with Frank and Tarina, who then in turn hunted with us a few times at other places. I thought you found that 49 at their house. Maybe I'm wrong. I'd have to go back and
I think
rewatch.
you're right. I think you're right.
I think so. I could be wrong. I mean, that was a few years ago, but I thought that was pretty neat. Let me just get through my my other one. So, all right. Anyway,
I have a question.
Yes, you in the back.
Did you do you know what determines how many of each coin they make each year? Like, there's such a variation in the amounts from year to year. Like, what determines that?
Yeah, I guess supply and demand. I guess they figure how many are out there. Do you have a need for a lot more coins? Do they come in? And I could be wrong. If there's a smarter coin person than I am, I'd love to hear it. I mean, even with the slides I have, if you look, like the first year, Philadelphia, they made 72 million of them. The next year, the Philadelphia, 146 million of them. Like, how do they get that number? And look how specific it is. Yeah. 146,801,218. Like, where do they get that number from? Like,
why'd they stop there?
I don't know who determines that.
Yeah.
So it's a good question. I don't know the answer. I have a coin person coming on soon. Maybe they will be able to answer that for us. Sean Robb thinks they use a random number generator. I like that. That's a good question. I don't know if there's anybody out there. I would just think I'd like to think they have like really smart people that kind of like figure out what's needed and all that. But you know how it works. Whenever you think there's like somebody really smart in charge, usually there never is. And it's just like, you're always disappointed. So I don't know. It's a good question though, Lynn. I'm sorry I let you down with the lack of an answer. Yeah. But there's Rich and Lynn smiling with his new braided hair half cent. Anybody in the chat find a braided hair or any half cent? I'm curious. I think they're like more of an East Coast type find. Anyone else find a half cent? I'm going to try to watch the chat for a second. Doug, you found a Mama Jama of a half cent in the past. Do you remember what yours was?
Well, 1793. I think it was right facing,
left facing.
I'm sorry.
And are you going to say what it is?
Half cent. Oh, what was that?
This is going great.
I only had it briefly, if you remember correctly.
You found the Liberty Cap, the first year Liberty Cap, where there was like literally, a single digit thousands known to exist. That was a good one. Let me see if anyone else. Here's one. Did he find one? Oh, it looks like he did. Not yet. We're in Michigan. We're brand new. We're getting excited for every coin cloud or not. Yeah. Listen, you got a magic stick in your hand that finds money in the ground. You don't get more exciting than that. And then whatever you find, you want to find something older and you set little goals for yourself. If you're new, it's a super fun ride. And I wish you the best of luck out there. Oh, look, metaldetectingshop.com is here. He said, 30 years, no coppers. It's my white whale. Wow. And he lives in Florida, I think, Doug. I thought Florida, they have coppers up there. Isn't that?
They have a few, but they're tough to come by down there.
Yeah. Our buddy Chris is in Florida. He's found one or two over the years, but nothing yet. We'll have to get him up here one day and cross that first one off your list.
Somebody wants to know why I only had that Liberty Cap briefly.
Are you going to get into it lightly?
Lightly, yeah. I sent it to someone who they could restore it to a little better appearance. And in the process, they lost it.
They lost it. Yes. It's a sore subject for Doug. We try not to bring it up too often.
Thanks for picking that stab, both of you.
You read the guy's question. I didn't read the question. Yeah, it happens sometimes. I don't like to rub salt in the wound by any means, but it was it was the rarest coin Doug's ever found. And it got misplaced when the guy got it and got lost. Yes. I'm looking at no one's found a half cent yet. I can't believe that no one out there has gotten one. Are we the only ones that found half cents?
We find them pretty frequently.
Yeah.
It almost seems unfair, that most of our audience and all of it tonight have not found a half cent. But
Larry, no one for Larry yet, but he's let me see. But I'll probably find one before Dougie finds that flying eagle.
All right, we'll make that a challenge, okay?
Doug, you've got a shot for one this weekend. You've got a shot for one. So Larry, you got your work cut out for you. I think it's coming for Dougie. You never know which day it's going to get. Oh, there we go. Well, Scotty
ready
Coppers
with the defibrillator when I do, okay?
Scotty Coppers with a KG2. That's not quite a half cent, but it's a half penny, so that's close. U.S. half cent. Anybody out there? Anybody? Come on, I can't believe that no one does. What number on the half cent is on the legend? The legend 1. Rich, do you remember the number? Well, I'm guessing somewhere in the high 40s, low 50s.
Yeah, so they come up a little higher than a regular penny, but slightly less than a copper, a big copper. I mean,
yeah, slightly less. You'll know it if you swing over it. There's no mystery. You're going to dig it. A blind guy is going to dig that signal.
Yeah, it'll be a high tone for sure.
Yeah, a screaming, crisp high tone. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Bob's metal detecting 2 draped busts in the same field. Good job. Bob, where part of the country do you live in? I'm curious. Are you on the East Coast? Only because, you get back those really old half cents. I don't hear a lot of people getting them, west of the Mississippi. I'm sure it's possible, but it seems like they're usually found on the East Coast. NEPA History and Archaeology Search, 2 half cents so far in 10 years, and he's in the PA.
He's in Northeast Pennsylvania.
Yeah, he's in NEPA. So yeah, it's a goal that you want to try to get. It's an exciting coin, and Rich, kicks butt with those braided hairs, at least by mintage numbers, some of the rarest ones out there. No coppers for Sean. He's west of the Mississippi. Yeah, it's tough. Yep, it's tough. I'm sure you got things that we don't get, though. Anyway, let's see what else we got, Dougie. So that was Rich's really exciting find. Now, I was this is behind that barn. If you can look over here in this little crevice, this is where I was you can't see anything. I don't have it up on the screen. Thanks for telling me. If you look over here, Doug, this was my hiding spot in between the barn and the corn crib. So I was working behind them while they were on the other side. And like 4 times in a row, I had a screaming good signal. And I was like, yes, I've got a honey hole here. On the Legend 1, which I had with me today, 46, super screaming high tone. And time after time after time, Doug, I got one of these freaking things.
Oh, man.
That was a tough backyard there.
Every time I couldn't get one good gosh darn thing, but these roofing tacks. Oh, and they sound
so good.
They sound amazing. Our ancestors were really messing with us because you cannot walk by that. It sounds like a crisp coin. You think you've got something great. They're for the old slate roofing tacks. You'd punch them in. Someone said when we had on the relic buckle boy for the relic book, I thought he said that they were also used in furniture. I'm not sure. But if you've ever hunted an old house, these are so common and they sound so juicy and they are so frustrating.
You can't pass them up.
Oh, Teresa's here. Oh, look, even Bells. Bells finds them too. And Bells is down like in Missouri. So these things are everywhere. Teresa's got something. Hold on. Happy Thursday. She's getting on a plane. So safe travels, Teresa. And hey, we'll see Teresa, Doug, out in Iowa soon at the Oh, gee. Detecting the Heartland. Detecting the Heartland.
Detecting the Heartland.
All right. So, my day was filled with a lot of these things over and over and over again. And it was tough, but you got to dig them. It's part of the hobby, Doug. Let me see. So then I walk back because Rich has something. So I go around to the front. Oh, Bells found them in Florida when they were living in Florida.
Yeah.
And Magic Man Texas is here. Thank you. Audrey Girlinghouse, the three infamous. Thank you. I'll try to get some shout outs. Doug, if you see any names, feel free to yell them out.
Okay.
Then I walked around the Rich, and when I walked around, I think he was like dumping some of the water out from his headphone speakers. So,
was this Bucks County? It looks to be.
Lynn, do you remember the county without giving away too close, in a public forum?
Yes, it's Bucks County.
Bucks County, Doug.
Beautiful property.
Oh, it was. And I'll tell you a story later in the show as it comes up of why we went back again. But yeah, it was gorgeous, gorgeous property. And I know Note to Mark is sweating bullets that Rich didn't ruin his headphones and Mark has to send another pair out because they survived, Mark. They survived. Do what you got to do. The life of a treasure hunter, Mark. The life of a treasure hunter. But Rich had this find that he reached down for. And one of my favorite things to find, Doug, in the whole wide world are old kids' toys.
Yes.
And Rich plopped up this thing. And even me, who's the most colorblind of colorblind people, saw some paint on the hood. I got excited. You're just kind of hoping that it's going to be an old one because when it's covered in mud, it could be from the 80s or 90s. You don't know yet, so you got to give it the clean off. And Rich cleaned it all up, and it was cool. This is what he's got. The only shot I have with that rubber tire, because when he handed it to me, it fell off and slipped between my fingers, and it's been lost forever. But it had rubber tires, Doug. Any car or toy you find that has rubber tires, it's much more quality. Most of them were plastic or resin. Super cool for like an orange colored Jeep. You don't see a lot of orange Jeeps. He cleaned that a little bit. There's a shot of it from the front.
Put a Flyers logo right on that hood.
I just thought it was super cool looking. Doesn't that look sharp, Doug?
Oh, yeah.
Got a picture of the bottom of it here. And, of course, with the bottom information, you could look it up. Rich, you looked it up and you said you saw them for sale for an astronomically high price.
Yeah, well, that was, of course, it was like a brand new, unopened, original box one. For 800 or something like that. But
wow.
That was orange was the rarest color that they made that car in.
Do you remember what year it was from? Did it say?
I do not remember the year.
Okay, that's fair.
I think
60s
40s or 50s, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that old 40s or 50s?
Maybe 60s.
I thought you said in the video that it was 60 something.
It could have been. And Doug, if I go back for just one shot, or I'll go back 2 shots, you can see that because it's a Jeep, it wasn't a Willys. Someone asked if it was a Willys. It wasn't a Willys, was it, Rich?
No, it had it was, I forget it now, but it was a company I had never heard of before then. Okay.
Scotty Popper's saying it's the same orange color as his Excalibur Optic Orange. Shout out to Excalibur shovels. The shovels we all like to use. Thank you very much. Oh, look, Andrew T. He recognized it. He had a Meccano car in the UK in the 60s. Yeah, it might have been 60s. But as you can see, Doug, it has no roof on it. It's a convertible.
Which means?
Whenever we find, for going back years now on the Hoarder channel, if you find a convertible toy car of any size, shape, color, creed, you have to take it for a ride. And I didn't put a video of it up, but we set up the camera. You blur the guy in the background, and he pretends to ride it across the yard. It's a hokey thing we do to breathe one last piece of life into out of the vehicle, right? And everyone's had their turn of being embarrassed over the years. Doug, when was the last time you found a convertible one that we did the ride of shame? Do you remember?
5 years ago, maybe.
Has it been that long?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Wow, 5 years ago.
I don't remember.
I remember the last 2.
I remember seeing Doug do it before, but it has been a few years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, Doug, you got to find one because Doug's the best with it. Lynn found one at the house where you found the sterling cane topper, Rich.
Right.
Yeah.
She found
Yeah.
one there. That was probably 2 years ago or so.
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time I found one, but I can't take it for a ride because you have to know how to set the camera up exactly so that the vehicle's in focus and the person's not. So I will never ride one. But Doug, yeah, you got to find one. If it's been that long, come on, Doug.
I had the motorcycle, but it didn't. Didn't.
Oh, we could have did one. You had to like hold on to the guy in front of you.
Yeah.
Didn't Doug found one at Scott's mom's?
Was that Doug that found it?
I think
I thought
so.
it was Rich.
I don't remember. I know you were in the skit, Doug. I don't remember who found it though.
But then one time I rode with Doug.
Well, how
Oh,
long
yeah.
has that been? That's been 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, it's
No,
been a while.
two
Maybe
years.
2 or 3 years. 2 or 3
Really?
years. All right. But it's been a
Well,
while.
I am a dog, so dog years are different.
Magic Man Texas says that Jeep looks totaled. Come on, you don't see the beauty.
Rich almost ran over his mother.
Yeah, they're Jeeps. They can. It's off roading. That's all.
I was beeping the horn. She didn't move. She wouldn't move.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
she didn't move out of the
That
way.
was my fault.
All right. Anyway, super cool, beautiful, and we found some. Like I said, the toys are some of our favorite things. Like when we find, the lead soldiers, Doug, the toy lead soldiers. I think I have a picture of. Hold on, let me see. I'm going to pause this for a second and run to the back. There was one that we had last year. Here it is. That Charlie had found. Remember this one, Doug, where he found
Yeah, the stagecoach.
the old stagecoach toy, and we didn't know what it was because I was holding it upside down.
Yeah.
And upside down, it looked like it was like a modern camper, and I was like, is this even old? And then when I realized it was upside down, Charlie had that old stagecoach toy, which I thought was super cool. And and if Casey's here, look at that. Charlie, even back then, this is probably 2 years ago, rocking the Excalibur Shovels hat, although I had to blur it out only for photographic artistic license. Yes. All right, let me come back to wherever I was in the. Let me go back. Right there. All right, let's bring it back in, Doug. All right, right back where we were. But kids' toys, some of our favorite things, and Rich with a banger there with the super cool orange, valuable Jeep from the year we don't remember. All right, let's keep rocking and rolling, Dougie. I think I had the only find that I found of the whole day, the only notable find, really. 49 on the L1. Dug down and pulled out a dirty button. And, when you find a button, look, I love all buttons, just like the coins, all shapes, sizes, colors, creeds, religions. I love all buttons. But you're hoping it's got something on the front. You'll take a plain flat button all day long, but you're hoping it's got something on the front.
Some kind of.
And this one had something cool on the front, Doug, and it's still a mystery to me. I still don't know, mostly because I never thought to even look it up because the other things came up. But here's the button on the front.
Beautiful.
And if anybody out there knows anything about buttons, or you want to take a wild guess, what do you think that design even is? Is it just like a flower petal, or Rich? What do you think, Lynn, Doug? Anything with this button?
It looks like a skull head or skeleton head.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, like
but
a Day of the Dead almost.
I think I was thinking that too, but I think it's 3 loops, almost like a 3-leaf clover, but I don't think it's a clover.
Let me
think
see. I
it's-
got some. There's some guesses in the chat while you're doing that. I'll bring them up.
Yeah.
Bree thinks it looks like a mouse's face. Oh, I could see that. Like 2 big ears and then a tiny little face. All right. I was hoping for something older, but I'll take the mouse's face. There's a monkey skull from Sue Ramsey. It's a very specific skull. A monkey skull. I can't turn it 90 degrees, but I see a 3. I guess if you turn your head, Doug, I can see a 3. That's possible. Maybe I'm holding it sideways. 3-leaf clover I see in there. Brian Selt. That's a new one. Welcome, Brian. He seems a slee stack. Rich, do you know what a slee stack is? Don't help him yet, Doug.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's from Land of the Lost.
Oh, I thought he was too young to know that, Doug.
No.
Yeah. All right, Slee Stack. You don't hear that name very often. Thank you, Brian, for the Slee Stack. 3-leaf clover from Amanda Collins. 3-leaf clover. Trefoil.
Trefoil. That's what I said.
Okay, a trefoil.
Yeah.
Bell says it looks like a skull. Alien Day of the Dead. I thought like Day of the Dead skull also. Now that I'm thinking possible skull. D-Technician, 3 horseshoes. Oh, that's a good one, Doug. What do you think? 3 horseshoes.
It's a stretch, but
I think it's a pretty good one. I don't know. Some people in the comments of the video thought military. I do see the sugar skull, like a Day of the Dead skull.
Yeah.
If I squint and use a little bit. Key Day Kid says, is it Celtic? I mean, these are just guesses. I don't know. And I've yet to do anything with it. So it still looks just like this downstairs. Andrew T asks if it's upside down. It could be. It could be. Just looking for guesses from my detecting brethren out there that might have some guesses. NEPA knows the Slee Stack reference. Yeah. Well, I guess you can be younger than I thought because Rich is only like in his 30s and he knew what a Slee Stack was. So wish upon a beat.
Closing in on 40.
I know, but you're still the baby of the group. You're still the baby of the group. Looks like 2 snakes. Big breeded owl. A big breeded owl. What's that word mean, Doug? Did he misspell it, or is that a word? Breeded.
Sorry, I don't know.
Lynn, is that a word, or was there a typo from Larry? Is breeded a word? I never heard of it. Is Noak DeMark still here? He's my smart one.
I never heard of it.
Maybe he meant like a big-breasted owl and typoed the S out. Yeah, that's probably what it was. Or Larry's like a genius and just like a Scrabble champion and knows words that we don't. Funeral button. There's an interesting guess there from Mary Farrar. It could be. Rick Rarg looks like a heart. I see a gecko. All sorts of them. Anyway, I don't know.
Like a whole farm scene type thing.
I don't know. But you know what's cool about it too, Doug, is the back was really interesting also. Let me show you the back because of all the buttons I found over the years, Doug, and I found literally thousands of them. Oh, look, Metal Detecting Shop says, hold on, let me find it. British military. I was leaning towards military, but it's a design that I'm not familiar with. Danimal Dig says English Royal Navy. I mean, I'm thinking military, but I'm not sure. But here's a real clue, although I don't know the answer to it yet. Look at this shank on the back. Now,
it's a weird shank.
I've never seen a shank like this in my life on a button. It's like super wide, like a belt strap. And that I would have to think would help you date it also because they must not use that design very often because it's the first one I've seen out of literally thousands and thousands of buttons.
Yeah.
Lynn, when you see that shank, are you thinking it's got some good age to it? Are you thinking foreign? Do you have any ideas with a shank like that?
It's not something I've seen before, but I think, yes, it has good age on it, like a flat button generally. But why it's like that, I don't know, unless it had to be stronger for some reason. If it was military and, they made it stronger to stay on longer. I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm going to go with whoever was saying Royal Navy. I'm going to dive down that rabbit hole tonight.
I think it's not. I think the Royal Navy would have a crown on it.
Well, it's possible.
Every British Navy button I've ever seen has had a crown on it. Now,
but it could be like, our military buttons, like sometimes they have crossed rifles or they have a shield or an eagle, but then some are totally different. Remember that one you found, Doug, that one time that it looked like there was an apple on it, but really it was like.
Well, that was French.
Oh, was that French, that one?
That was French. That was
maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
That was a French 4th Regimental button.
Oh, look, Danimal Dick says it might be a crown. Let me go back. Where's Noak DeMark? Mark, you're smart. What do you think this is, Mark? Mark has no guess. The one time I need him, and he's letting me down. I know he's here.
To me, it looks like 3 uniform shapes. Same one on the bottom, except for there's corrosion.
Yeah, I agree. There's three
Yeah.
uniform shapes, but I'll see all these dots in the middle of them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just thought it was really cool. It was the only thing I found all day, and believe it or not, I was happy when I left the field, even though I only found one thing, because I think it's really special. I just don't know. I don't know what it. Oh, come on, dirt digging dog. I have one with a shank like that. Turns out it's 20th century civilian. Bite your tongue. I do not want it to be. I'm going to pretend I didn't see that comment. I mean, it could be. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping it's much older than that. I was a little nervous about that shank as far as could it be newer, but I'm not sure.
20th century buttons were usually 2-piece, though. A lot.
Yeah,
of them.
mean, some of them 20th. Yeah. Oh, Mark thinks it looks like a coinage used in a Dungeons and Dragons tavern. Thank you, Relic Mark.
Good
Thank
guess.
you for your helpful guess.
Yes.
Mark loves Dungeons and Dragons and Star Wars references. I get them a lot. So, all right, I'm not sure what it is, but super cool find there for me. The only find of the day for me. Followed up by the only find of the day for Lynn, but she also got a really cool find. So here's Lynn, Doug. I'll make her full screen. Yeah, Ryan from Melting Shop said, "Mark, what a nerd." Oh, assuming he's talking about Mark. Ryan, were you here earlier? I don't know if Ryan saw it. Let me go back real quick. Hold on, Lynn. I don't know if Ryan saw the picture of Mark inside the warehouse. Ryan, I said I'm going to bring it up several times today. Oh, I got to hide this comment before I can bring it in. Hold on. What the heck? I can't. Oh, there it is. There it is. I got to hide this. Ryan, that was the shot I brought up of Mark earlier. It was a snapshot, a sneak peek inside the warehouse. Mark with all of his Oompa Loompas helping him pull all the Legend 2s and put them on the shelves. Look at them with the face of Mark on them. Oh gosh. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just I'm easily entertained, Lynn. All right. Anyway, back to Lynn. Lynn with her good find of the day. She pulled this over, and Doug, look at the size of this thing.
Yeah, that is super cool.
It's really, really neat. And I could see even dirty. I saw Jesus on there. I saw like some letters. I saw some goofy stuff, and we cleaned it all up. And it turns out it is religious, obviously, but I got a better shot where you can actually read it. There it is. Lynn, if you'd like to read it off so you can rest my voice for a second.
Oh, geez, I can't see it.
Maybe
I
Rich
will
can
bless every place.
Every place where a picture of my heart shall be exposed and what's that last?
Honored.
And honored, yes. This was called, when I looked it up later, I did look yours up because I was interested in it. It's called a Sacred Heart, and it's 5 inches long. This one's probably like late 18, early 1900s. It's super thin, super malleable. So in the video, if you saw it, I mean, I was able to bend it and flex it. That's the word I wanted. It was really flexible, like more flexible than Doug is, after a yoga class.
That doesn't take much.
But super cool piece there, Lynn, really old. And I saw some online, selling in the $90 to $150 range. So I think there's value to it too. Yeah, I think there's value to it. So really nice, just a good design, pressed in, thin copper. It said that you hung them on the windows back then. So I guess you'd put it on your window, and
that's why it's so big.
Have Jesus look over you. It was called the Sacred Heart, and I'd never seen one before like it. And it's amazing that someone lost that in the yard, as big as it was, and got covered up with dirt. And lo and behold, 125 years later, Lynn finds it with the triple score. Shout out to Note to Mark.
That's right.
Lynn found it with the triple score. So kudos to Lynn on a super cool thing. Doug, do you remember any of your cool religious things you found over the year? Oh, mainly dirt fishing is here. Nice to see you, mainly dirt fishing. Any of your favorite religious things? Any of them you can recall over the year, Doug?
Yeah, I found one at the silver mine field. A hole. It had to be 7-8 inches tall crucifix that I gave to the homeowner, property owner. It looked like an item that would be put at a cemetery because it was made of solid brass.
Oh, like a grave marker or something.
Yeah, yeah. And all kinds of medallions, St. Anthony, Jesus.
Do you
Mary.
remember the thing we found? Do you remember when we were up in Massachusetts and the thing that Steph found and the funny story behind that? Do you remember it, Doug?
Yes, yes.
Do you want to tell that story if you remembered enough?
Well, I'll bludgeon it, so why don't you tell it? You and I and the group have found a number of these items.
Yeah.
And almost specifically to the Thousand Holes field, for whatever reason. Well, it turns out it was, what is it, St. Anthony?
I forget what saint it was. I don't remember.
I think it was St. Anthony or St. Joseph, one or the other. And it's in a little, it looks like a lipstick tube type thing. It's made of brass, and it's the little statuette of St. Anthony or whomever, and it's supposed to be buried in a yard to, what's that?
Bree asked about my shirt. Yes, Bree. It says I axolotl questions.
Yeah. I thought you were showing off your bosom.
I got 4 compliments on this shirt when I went out today. I don't go out of my house a whole lot, Doug. I went out today and 4 people made a comment on my shirt, like strangers.
Right. So it turns out we have found a number of these as a group, and Steph dug one of these up. And she thought it was, what did she think it was?
She thought it was a lipstick tube.
Lipstick tube. And you said,
let me preface, Doug,
you can finish.
Well, I want to preface that of anyone that you meet in the detecting world, Steph is like one of the best ID people out there.
Right.
So when we laid out our finds at the table after hunting all day, and I'm looking through her stuff, she's looking through mine, and I picked it up and I was like, oh, that's cool. It's one of those religious things. And Steph laughed and thought I was joking because she knew it was a lipstick tube. And then so I said, Steph, that's not a lipstick tube. That's there's a little man in there. And Steph's
she thought you were nuts.
Yeah, she thought I was nuts. She's like, you weirdo. And I'm like, Steph, there's a little man in there. And she thought it was a lipstick tube. So she gets it and she's twisting and the lid pops off and a little man slides out and she's holding it. Her eyes lit up like saucers. Her jaw hit the floor. She had never heard of it. She had never seen it. And the fact that me taught Steph something was because she.
Well, the funniest part was when you told her there was a little man in there, she held it up to her ear to see if she could hear him screaming, "Let me out!"
Yeah. Mark wants to know if the man is one of his Oompa Loompas. Did it get free? Did it escape? But that's a super cool. And I think it's called, what is the name of that thing? They still sell them. You can go, you ever ride by a strip mall and they have a religious store that sells Bibles and hymnals and stuff.
They're supposed to, if you're selling your home, you're supposed to bury it in the front yard on the left corner or whatever.
It's supposed to face your front door and bring it and keep the watch over the house or something like that.
So there's a lot of witchcraft involved.
Why haven't we found more if that's the case?
Well, we should find more because and listen, I mean, how often Lynn found a lipstick tube this past weekend? Maybe that was one because a lot of times you just assume it's lipstick and go about your day. Because they look just like that, but they held a little man in there, and that's what it was. They blessed your house, and they were always in the front yard. They always faced your house, and you buried it for good luck when you bought it. And as the house changed hands over the years, you might have 2, 3, 4 of them out there because the new owners would also bury this little man. And I can't think of the gosh darn name of it. If anybody in the chat, knows about it, thank you, Doug. See if you can find it.
Yeah,
it's actually now it's probably fallen out of favor somewhat in recent years, but it was very big in the Christian faith, in the 1800s, early 1900s. Everyone and their mother did it. So they are at a lot of old houses, and darn it, I can't think what it's called. Oh, it's called it was on the tip of my tongue, and now it's off my tongue. I don't remember. Oh, a pocket shrine. It's called a pocket shrine. And like I said, Google it. I'm not making it up. So when you guys out there detect and you find a lipstick tube, don't always assume it's a lipstick tube. You might have to try to open it up, and who knows? Maybe just like Mark, a little man will fall out.
It's Saint Joseph.
Saint Joseph. There we go.
Patron saint of home and family.
Yes.
And it's buried to help sell that or buy the house.
Yes, that's a good tradition. Doug, another tradition I didn't even realize. When you get married, and you cut the cake and all that, whatever you do, you're supposed to put a piece of the cake, bring it home, and put it in the freezer and eat it like on the 1 year anniversary or something.
Anniversary.
I never did that. So I never heard about that. I just heard about it this week because someone I know is getting married.
Well, let me tell you, it's never good.
The cake's not good?
No.
I'm not a fan of wedding cake, like even when it's fresh.
I like it fresh, but a year old, no.
Willie do it, Betty don't said there was a guy arrested the other day showing his pocket shrine.
Yeah.
You have to show it in the right environment. Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, that's it's one of those things. It's a superstitious thing. Some people break a mirror. You're afraid of a cat. You buy a house, you bury the pocket shrine, no harm, no foul sort of a thing. And gosh, golly, we find them. I couldn't think of a better phrase. All right. Anyway, thank you for that. And everyone's comments. I'm curious, anyone ever out there find a pocket shrine? Anybody? I'm curious. If I had to guess, I'd say our group has probably found 6 of them over the years. If anyone else has found one or even heard of it, dare I say, thank you, Bree. That's a new phrase I'm bringing back, Doug. Dare I say? It's like something, your great aunt Edna would say back in the 20s. So keep your eye out, Doug, if anyone ever found a pocket shrine outside of our little group. I can't imagine we're the only ones. All right. Anyway, as we move on, because the next one, Doug, is a super, super good one. Found, of course, by, take a guess, Doug.
Who?
Here he is. I guess it would help if I bring it up on the picture, huh, Doug? Mr. Van Winkle kneeling down the front yard. The rain subsided a little bit. Now, Rich dug this. I don't remember the exact time, but let's say he dug this at 10 o'clock in the morning. When he dug it, the homeowner's grandkids were outside with us. They were out there for 20 minutes. And when I say kids, I mean, they were probably like, 12, 13 years old. They weren't like babies, but they were kids. And then it started raining, so they went inside. So they were only out there for 20 minutes. But during that 20 minutes, Rich dug this thing. And the daughter saw it, but then the rain started and she ran inside. But she told Rich what it was. And I'm going to go, I'll roll through some pictures and then I'll have Rich tell the story. Rich, do you remember the story?
I remember.
All right, I'll have Rich tell the story as I roll through some pictures. So go ahead, Rich, and let them know how this went down.
Well, I guess a little bit before I dug that up, she was showing me this area that had tall grass, and it was probably, 30 or 50 feet from there. And she said 9 years ago, I was pretending I was getting married to Mickey Mouse, and I borrowed my grandmother's ring.
Doug still does that.
I lost it. She said it flew off my finger. I was down here somewhere, and I looked, and I dug up some cans and stuff, but there was tall grass, and I couldn't swing really. So I went back to the yard, and then dug that up. And as soon as she saw it, she said, "That's the ring. That's Grandma's ring."
Yeah. So she had borrowed this ring from her grandmom. About 9 years or so ago, she said, went outside to pretend she was going to marry Mickey Mouse, dropped it, and lost it. And the family went outside and looked for it for a couple days, couldn't find it, and gone forever. And Rich found it in the other side of the yard. So he left it in the hole until the rain stopped so the little girl could come back out and spray it down. But, by the time the rain stopped, they were watching TV and didn't care. So we just did it with ourselves. I think the homeowner was standing next to us when we finally did it. But when the little girl ran inside, she called her grandma on the phone and said, "Grandma, you're not going to believe it. These people are over the house with metal detectors. Do you remember that ring from 9-10 years ago when I married the mouse? Well, they found it." The grandma got so excited. She got in the car, drove an hour away over to the house. So at the end of the day, when we brought it over, we went up and we did the ring return. And whenever we do a ring return, we do like a fake proposal. So I have Rich get down on one knee. I have the whole family come around. Look at Lynn's good acting skills there with the like, "Oh my goodness" face on.
Well,
And,
that's about the fourth proposal, though.
I know. Listen, Rich has done many of these proposals.
Yeah.
But the whole family, not only were they nice to us all day, gave us a tour of the entire inside of the house, which was stunning. I didn't record it because, I try to give some privacy on the inside of their house, but it was beautiful. Said we can come back whenever we want, yada, yada, yada. And we did a few days later, and I'll get into that in a second. But I do have a picture of the ring proposal you did before this one. Do you remember who you proposed to before this one, Rich?
I remember where it was. I don't remember her name.
Okay, that's fair. Where do you think we were?
We were at, I think we were at Richard's place, right? Or
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a picture of that one too. there's the last ring proposal with her granddaughter in the background. Rich has married more grandmoms, Doug, in the Pennsylvania area.
I like your post, Jason, when you said it's not every day you get to marry your detecting buddy to somebody's grandma.
Yeah, I put it on Facebook yesterday. Yeah, it's well, actually, it is almost every day when I get to marry my detecting buddy off to someone's grandma. Oh, look at that, Doug. Scotty Poppers. This grandma's wearing jorts.
Yeah.
Now my jorts are going to look better on me, no doubt. But but my jorts are like an acid wash black color. They look good. But look at that, sporting the jorts, and look at that, Rich. She's going to be your future bride. One of them. One of your future brides.
Looking forward to the honeymoon, Rich.
Yeah. So, but there's a back and forth. So that's always a fun one when you can do that. Rich marrying all the grandmoms in the air. And look at the dog too. The dog's like, "What is going on?"
Yeah.
I think when you're young, really young, you can wear jorts. And then when you get past a certain age, you can wear jorts. But Jason, you're not past that age.
I'm not past the age yet.
No.
And what's funny too is if you're watching out there, you got to keep in mind that when we go to these houses, these people are total strangers. Like they have no idea who we are. So not only are they nice enough to let these strangers come to their house, dig holes all day long, finding things, filming, you're loud, you're, maybe obnoxious a little bit. But then you find something cool and you ask the whole family, "Can you all come outside?" Everyone's standing around. "All right, you grandma, I want you to do this, like it's like a circus. And it amazes me, Doug, that week after week, time after time, we
get away with the greatest nonsense.
It is. It's amazing. And then, because I see people online all the time emailing me like, how do you get permissions? Everyone tells me no. They slam the door in my face. They shoot at me. They set the pit bull out. And meanwhile, we get families to like play this goofy charade game with us every single week. Yeah. I don't know what it is, Doug. Maybe it's because we wear jorts and they also wear jorts, and I don't know what it is. So yeah, that was some of Rich's most recent proposals. So thank you to the family. Thank you to Rich.
Not that
I'm glad you guys were there.
Yes. What, Doug?
Not that I want to increase our competition in getting permissions, but it's amazing with what a smile and just a relaxed personality will do to loosen people up and have them become your friends. And it seems like we're fortunate enough to do that 8, 9 times out of 10. And
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know what it is. I find that people are super duper friendly. If you're super duper friendly to them, I don't know. That's been my experience. Maybe I live in a fantasy world, but it's been every weekend, Doug, every weekend for 12 years. So, I can't be that lucky. I think there is something to it. You treat people with kindness, you include them in the day, and I don't know, it goes a long way.
And they become lifelong friends.
Yeah, it becomes like, good friends.
Oh, by the way, Rich isn't the only one in our group that is engaged to be married to. If you remember, Charlie put the ring on.
Yes, I don't have that picture, Charlie. Listen, if you find a ring, listen. When Lynn found that gold ring and we did the thing on the news and all that, right. Lynn had to slide it on her finger.
Yeah.
So listen, we again, all race, creed, color, gender, or sexual orientation. You're proposing if you find the ring and return it. Yes,
that's part right.
of the love. Anyway, anybody out there have a ring return? There's got to be some ring return stories. You don't have to put the whole story, but I'm curious in the chat. Anybody out there find a ring and were able to return it to the original owner? I'm curious to see. We've had good success with that over the years. We've had some bad success. We had that story. Go ahead, Doug. You can tell it while I'm looking to see if anybody had a ring return story.
Not far from where Lynn found the gold ring, the class ring that was a major success. You found a bracelet that actually helped open the door to those ongoing successes. But around the corner, I found a class ring, and I set it up with the principal of the local high school that it represented. And we thought we were going to make a big deal out of it. And it turns out the individual could care less, didn't want it. So I just left it with the homeowner. So.
Yeah, it's surprising that they didn't want it at all. They could care less. And
they thought we were scamming them. Actually.
Yeah, they thought it was some sort of a scam. Yeah. I see a lot of them in here. Yeah, Audrey Girlinghouse has a class ring that she hasn't found the owner yet. Sometimes it's tough. Lynn's was nice because it had the initials engraved on the inside. It had the school, it had the year.
Yeah.
A lot of clues to be able to figure it out. Charlie found a class ring once where the stone was missing on the top, which had the school name. It had initials, but we didn't know where the school was. Makes it tough. So sometimes it can be tricky as much as you want to. Bells, my husband and I both returned about a dozen. We lived in Florida and hunted the beach. Yeah, the beach hunters, I'm sure you find a ton of rings. We don't find a lot in yards, but on the beach, I'd imagine you have a lot more opportunity. Bree, yes, but they reached out to ask for help. 3 successful ring recoveries and 1 gold. Oh, so you went detecting specifically to look for the ring, but that's still, it's still a good feeling.
Yeah.
All of ours have been like just happened to stumble across the ring, but either way, you make somebody feel good. Here you go. Jay Crane is actively looking for his brother's wedding band. He threw it in the woods behind his house. Yeah. It's tough. But they're out there. Who knows? You might even find a different one while you're looking for it. Jaden, how do you pronounce this here? Jaden Schluter had a ring return. Congratulations. We've had several over the years, and it's fun. I think all of us have had a return in one way or the other, and it's exciting.
Jason, do you remember recently when I called you because my cousin lost his wedding ring?
Oh yeah.
He works at a recycling plant, and he lost it in an enormous dumpster full of like cardboard, and I did not find it. It was amazingly difficult to.
Yeah, you said that you had to like empty all the contents of the dumpster out because the dumpster is metal, Doug. So
you can't put a metal detector in
You had to throw it all out onto the ground. And I don't know how long he was out there because he was calling me like, is there anything I can do? And I'm like, I mean, you're inside of a big metal container. I mean,
No, I mean, I was able to get individual signals. The problem was it was ground up cardboard, and they didn't realize how much ground up aluminum was actually in it.
Oh,
It was everywhere, so I couldn't. Yeah,
And he never found it, I guess, right?
I tried. He never found it. No.
If you look at Larry's, this happens a lot. Larry, 5 Mile Relic Hunter, he spent days looking for his daughter's wedding ring. She found it in her laundry room. That is such a common thing where someone thinks they lost it. They swear it's over this part of the yard. It's in the flower bed. It's in the woods behind the house. And really, it's not. They lost it in the car or, in the living room. They just realized it. And you go on this wild goose chase. When we had on the guy, remember the guest, Doug, the guy who runs the Ring Finder website?
Yep.
He said one of the biggest things he does is he asks like 1,000,001 questions to try to verify that it was lost where they say they lost it. So he doesn't send someone out on a wild goose chase and they're looking in a place where it's not. It's tough. It's tough. Finding them is not always an easy task. But thank you, everyone who found rings. And if you haven't found one yet, it's a super good feeling when you can put a smile on someone's face and get a return ring like that. Anyway, let's get back to Rich's here. So that was a wedding. I don't even know how many Rich has done, but they're always fun. So after this one, we had left for the day. The rain just got the better of us. And the guy invited us back. The guy had said, he owns a huge field on the side of his house, Doug. I mean, maybe 10 acres or so. And he said that back in the 1700s, we hear this a lot, but George Washington's troops camped here or went through here. And, you hear that almost every single place in our area. George Washington this, George Washington that. But you got to investigate because even if your house is of that age, we're going to find stuff, even if there's no validity to the George Washington claim.
Yep.
So we went back. That was our intention on the second trip. The grass was way too high in the field. We tried to fight our way through for several hours. We found absolutely nothing, and it was impossible to swing. So rather than just give up and leave, we said, well, let's go do another round around the house. And that's why we were back here. But we weren't there very long because we spent most of the day wasted in the field. But around the house, Rich had something good that he called me over for. And he was super duper duper stoked, Doug. Like he was yelling. He actually got up and ran around to the front of the house to find Matt. And it's rare that Rich gets that excited. Usually he's a fairly cool cucumber. You know what I mean? And
I really like these.
Oh, yeah. I don't blame you. And here's what he's got. It was pretty cool, Dougie. So once I fished through his dirt and pulled it up, I mean, you can immediately see that this is a beautiful brass, gigantic shoe buckle frame. And you get excited. And we brush it down. Look at the beauty of this thing. That's his partial brushing where you're starting to see detail work going all the way around, the whole shoe buckle. And there it was cleaned up. And those were flower petals, weren't they, Rich? Those little circles that we're looking at?
Yeah, each one of those was a little daisy or something.
And this is pretty big. I mean, it's hard to tell, but full size man's shoe buckle frame. We find some that are small, some are for kids, some for women. The man ones typically are larger, and this was a big full size one. I got a shot of the side. If you ever found one, shoe buckles are curved like that because they kind of hug the shape and contour of your ankle. So they're always rounded off like that. It's a good indicator that it's not just sometimes they get smushed flat, but sometimes they'll break. So you'll find them rounded like that. So you can tell the difference between a shoe buckle and say like a sash buckle. And then on the back side, you can also tell where you can see where they always have this little raised mountain on each side where the pin would go across. So just a fabulous old shoe buckle there from Rich, probably late 1700s. And let me see, I think I have a shot of Rich looking at it. with the old house in the background. And then the picture I put on Facebook today, which was, I loved the photo, how it came out. Nice blurry background of the house with Rich and Lynn. With the Lynn's gray shirt really makes the shoe buckle stand out in the photograph. Thought it was great. One of the best pieces I've ever seen. Rich, did it clean up any better than what they just saw a second ago, or did you just leave it as it was?
I brushed it a little bit more, but it's still basically, it's just green, but you can see the details better.
Yeah, I thought it was a fabulous one. So kudos to you, my friend. Do you remember, let me see if I can bring this down, Rich, because I queued up a photo of it. I have it in another part. Let me go. Do you remember, Rich, the first shoe buckle you ever found? I have a photo of it up. Doug might remember. You do remember it?
Yeah, I remember. It was a whole thing.
Then I don't. Well, then maybe I have the wrong one. Then
no, it was in Churchville, and
yes.
I was under a tree root, and you were sitting there watching me dig this
hole.
Yeah.
And I have a picture of it, but it wasn't a whole thing. It was here. I put the date up there. It was March of 2022. Look how young he looks there, Doug.
Look how short his hair is.
Yeah, his hair is shorter. His beard is only about 4 inches there, maybe 5 inches. It's about as long as Lynn's religious copper thing, where now it's like down to his navel. But yeah, Rich was digging this hole for a good 20 minutes. There was the shoe buckle, his first one ever. It didn't have the guts, so I'm not sure what you're talking about. But you could tell it's a little shorter left to right. But that was his first one, and he was stoked. And what a tremendous house that was, with incredible finds.
Oh, that was great. Great.
That was Rich's first ever shoe buckle frame. And I had another picture queued up here. Oh, actually, it was a little video clip. I'll play this too. I was trying to think, Doug, the last time that we had hunted in the pouring rain all day, and it's been a while. Do you remember, Doug, the last time you and I hunted all day in the pouring rain, and you got a nickname that day, a very famous nickname? Do you remember the house?
I remember the state. Yeah, I do remember the house.
I'm gonna play the clip, Doug. If this one you need your volume on, it's pretty good. This is a classic Hoarder flashback, and you'll see why in a second. But here is the most famous wet, rainy day in Hoarder history. Are you ready, Doug?
Yep, go ahead.
I hope you can hear it.
New things down here, they're called gators. They connect to your boot, they go up to your knee. I got them sent to me by a company called, what was it called, like Unigear. So we're going to try them out. Do a little spin for me, Doug. Do a little spin. They look good. He almost looks like a workout model, right, Doug? Let's get physical. And they're warm. And they keep our legs dry. I'm wearing them too. So, hey, double weenies. They're good. Oh, Doug, I got a good name for you today. Good. Jane Fondug.
The origin story of Jane Fondug. Here it is. I had to dig through the archives, Doug.
And just as sexy.
That's where Doug got the Jane Fondug name, from those gators. And I looked up, and for whatever reason, my weird brain thought I saw Jane Fonda wearing her workout leggings. And that's how
you actually put a picture of her up in that video.
In the video, were you able to hear it? I don't know if you could. I can't hear it.
I heard it. Yeah.
That's look, Note to Mark. There he is. Note to Mark loves origin stories. Every nickname that someone has
yes,
on the
Mark,
show,
I am the missing link.
Every nickname someone has on the show was earned, Mark. It was not just given. It was earned.
Except the Hoarder.
Well, that's true. I have an exemption.
Self-imposed name.
But let me see if I can bring up the funniest one. Let me see. Because I'm not sure what that dance was that Doug was doing.
Well, I was trying to be Jane Fonda and dance a little.
I don't know if Jane Fonda dances like this. It was like you were swimming. It was like you were.
It was wet. Remember?
Well, I know that was the last time we hunted all day in the rain. Let me see Doug's Jane Fonda dance one more time. And you know what I found out after all this was done, Doug? The song I was singing isn't even a Jane Fonda song. It's like Olivia.
It's
Olivia Newton-John. Yeah, I know. I didn't at the time. I don't know what I was thinking, but the name obviously stuck. And 7 years later, you're still Jane Fonda.
Yeah, wasn't that Langhorne?
Yes. We called that house Army Navy Jerry.
And it was like 2 doors down from where Rich originally lived.
Yeah, but we didn't know Rich at the time. We didn't know him until a few years later. So, yeah, there we go. Maybe next week I'll put a Rich or Lynn origin story in the video if you're not sure the how we all came to be. But that was.
How'd you land on Rich Van Winkle again?
I remember.
Go ahead, Lynn. I don't remember exactly how we got Rich Van Winkle.
We were standing out under the little porch of our one outbuilding. And we were filming something, and it came up out there. I know that. It was in our yard. And you came up with it when we were standing out there.
Was there a reason, though?
I think it's just because of the beard.
I'm sure it's because of the beard.
Well, I don't think
we were filming jewelry, some jewelry that I made. We were out on the porch of that little barn out.
I remember the barn. Yeah, I forget how it came to be.
And we were filming the jewelry, the things I made with your coins for you and Doug. And I don't know, you parted Rich's beard or something like that.
I did. Oh, that's right, because he had a necklace on. I couldn't see, so I had to reach up and move his beard like Moses in the Red Sea, Doug.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I had to do like that, what he's doing, which is really weird because that was the first time in my life I ever reached out and maneuvered another man's beard.
Sure.
But listen, you do what you got to do. Listen, the show must go on.
And the nickname was born.
Oh, look, someone asked if you remember. I'll play the clip next week. Do you remember, Lynn, when Rich got the Richard Nixon nickname?
Oh, yeah.
And I forget who a viewer first suggested that nickname, and I don't remember who it was. If you remember.
No, and I don't remember exactly which coin it was because there was quite a few.
Yes,
it was a daily routine.
It wasn't even just coins. He was not discriminating. It was everything.
I mean, it wasn't the one in the frozen ground. I don't think he already had the name.
Yeah, I think he was already well established as a Nixon.
Yeah.
Richard put the scar on Scarface's Al Capone's face.
Yeah, Rich, he's gotten much better, but if you've been watching the show for a while, I mean, he had this weird thing where he kept hitting things with a shovel week after week, rare coins, old coins, all sorts of things. He'd hit it with his shovel. And so we had to keep saying, Rich, you take more time pinpointing. You're too fast and you're messing everything up. You're nicking them.
You wonder why he broke 2 shovels.
Yeah, broke 2 shovels in the process.
Yeah. It was weird because I wasn't hitting big things. I was hitting silver dimes and coppers. But if I dug a can up, it would be totally fine.
Yeah. Hold on, wait a minute. I'm going to.
I was just going to say.
Hold on, I'm going to kick Scotty Poppers out of the chat. Hang on. Now listen, one time, Scotty, I hit something. But I learned my lesson, and I have yet to hit like something else like that ever again. I tell Doug, I said, you be like a carpenter. You measure 3 times, and then you cut once. When my shovel goes in the ground, every target, I swing over it this way, I swing over it that way. I walk over it. I know exactly where it is so that I don't hit it. It's been in the ground hundreds of years, Doug. It can wait 10 more seconds for me to make sure.
I'm impressed with your plugs. They're that round.
Yeah, listen, because I know how big it is. I know I'm not just a pretty face, Doug. But Rich has gotten much better. Yes.
It's been about a year since
Sir Richard of Nixonburg.
I do really like that new nickname. I just have to get some gray hair in order to use it.
Oh yeah, that the new one was because he hasn't nicked anything in a while, Doug. We were going to start calling him Saint Nicholas because he yes, because
No, I meant the silver lizard.
Oh, the silver lizard. Yeah, it's another nickname he picked up. Rich the silver lizard, because that silver, when you get a lot of nicknames come from when you find something really interesting.
Yes.
And he got that super cool silver lizard. Yeah. So that's one of the beauties when you hunt with the anyone in the Quarter Hoarder group. By the time you're second or third time out, the wheels start turning for your nickname, and you wind up getting a nickname. I think it's really fun. In fact, I got a video. Well, it might be coming out in a week or two. I didn't put my dig stock video out, but we had a lot of fun with Brad's buddy Chris, who did not have a nickname. We did a lot of teasing, and that'll be fun. But there's no context yet, so you guys don't know about it. Bree, you don't have any gray. I've seen Bree. She doesn't have any gray. It'll come though, Rich. The before you know it, it'll start coming in, and then you'll slowly be the silver lizard.
And it'll go from gray
yes
to nay.
I see a couple up there, Doug. I see a couple up there.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, let's get back to the shindig here because we're wrapping this up. So we come back, Doug. Like I said, we came back to do the fields. Didn't work out. Hit the house. He got his shoe buckle, and then Matt had something really good also. I'm not sure why.
I find it interesting that Matt found this where you were hanging out the whole time the first trip there.
Yeah, but I was hanging out over here under the awning. Like I was staying dry. I was staying dry. And that trailer may have been moved a little bit. I'd have to go back and look. I'm not sure. Not sure. How dare you insinuate I missed it? How dare you? But Matt had a good find here. There's a little in the middle of the action. He had a spill. So when we walked over, he was checking out the date on one. I was checking. I thought it's a nice little action shot. We're all like, whoa. But it turns out he was still getting signals in the hole. We thought there were going to be more and more. But it turned out there was like a lot of iron nails also. There was iron nails and bits and bobs everywhere. But Matt went
to the house last week like that. But
this was 10 times worse.
Yeah.
10 times worse. Yeah. But Matt, whoops, I guess it'll help if I play it. Matt got his first ever spill. His first ever silver spill, 2 of them, but still that's a spill, more than one. And the nickel was 1941, which I think, and I could be wrong, coin people help me out. Was 41 a transition year, Doug, where some were war nickels and some were not? Or did the war nickels start at 42?
I don't think any of them were in 41 were silver. I think it wasn't until 42 to 45 or 43 to 45.
Can someone just verify that? Doug might be right. I'm not sure.
I'll check it out too.
Yeah, someone verify just to make sure. But maybe 42 is when it's okay. 40, I'm starting to see
42.
Yeah, I'm starting to see people in the chat. So so 41 just missed the silver war nickel. But there was a few finds that didn't make the video that we found that day for time reasons. I was just trying to get the video shortened down a little bit. You could say Matt was bottom feeding. Yeah, Doug. I was going to hunt there day 2, and Matt bottom fed and snuck in front of me. It happens. But there was after this find, which got cut from the video because I think the video had. Oh, hold on. Let me go back. I didn't realize it wasn't on the screen, so I'm looking at pictures and no one else is looking at them. There we go. It'll help if you guys can see what I'm talking about. So after Matt's find, got a nice picture of smiling Matt, and I think his eyes might be open. Are his eyes open there?
They're open.
Yeah, Matt, it's like a leprechaun if you can get a picture of Matt with his eyes open. But I think his eyes are open there. But after he found this, I kind of ended the video. But we did find a few more things. There was a couple marbles found. There was another flat button found. But Rich had another find here. And look how nice the house looks, Doug, in the sun. Like once the this was the day 2, still hunting the same areas. And Rich, I don't know why it looks like Rich has an angry face on, but I don't know what was
He's
going on with that.
probably been waiting about an hour for you to come over and video the.
It could be. Maybe I was hunting that day. I don't always get a lot of hunting time.
I think it was it really, really hot that day?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The water on Rich's shirt on the first video was rain. On the second one is sweat. And yes. Yeah. But Rich called me over for a small silver coin. And turns out, unlike Matt's spill, Rich got himself a nice shiny nickel, Doug.
Yeah.
And this one was 19. Oh, geez, it looks like 44, maybe. I forget. But yeah, that got cut. Some marbles got cut. Some miscellaneous doodads, but you kind of get the idea of the property. And there it was, Doug, one of the coolest properties we've been to. It's a shame that the rain really got to us the first day, but man, Rich did not hesitate. Got some pretty amazing things. So. And we had the invite to come back whenever. Maybe if that field ever gets cut lower, maybe it's worth a shot. It was really hard to swing. When I say that grass or whatever was growing in that field was up to my navel, it was challenging. So,
did you guys move that furniture at all?
No, not. We didn't move that, did we, Rich? That first day?
No, but you know what? We should have.
You should have.
As I recall,
that's prime real estate right there. Right in the middle of
as I recall, Doug, I mean, obviously, if you look at the property and the house, these people have money.
Yes.
That table, I think, had a marble top on it. To move that table, you would have needed 12 guys. It probably weighed 800 pounds, that table.
Wow.
If you remember also, they didn't even live in this house. They rented it. They lived
behind us
next door, which was another gorgeous newer house. But they rented this house out, to somebody.
Yeah, if you look at the picture, Doug, if I fast forward here, this is the house they live at. I didn't take any pictures of it. Like I said, trying to, respect their privacy.
Right.
Behind the house we were hunting was that giant field. And at the end of the field, down like a 1.5 mile long driveway, it opens up to this house with grass everywhere. We did hunt the grass around here, but it was so landscaped and so much fill to make this beautiful mansion of a house in the old style. Even though you see stone, it was not old. There was nothing to be found in this around this property. So we went back to the old house. But we did really good. Super good find, all sorts of cool things. And of course, I'll just keep that up for a second. If you missed it earlier, Nocta Mark and the Nocta Oompa Loompas. Maybe I might get a shirt of Mark with the Oompa Loompas to match my I Axolotl questions. If anybody wants them, I got it on Amazon. I don't have a link. You can go quick. But there it is, Doug. Another fun hunt, another fun property. I got another similar one that might be up next week from the house we just got done doing, which was great. Some amazing finds, some first-time finds. Another really good property homeowner. Lynn and I did a huge tour of the basement with some really interesting architecture, old furniture, love stuff like that. And these people were so nice. I had the camera rolling the whole time. I love extra behind-the-scene things if people are cool like that. So you can look forward to that one coming up also. But otherwise, Doug, what do you think? I know you missed that one. Is that one where you're like, man, I wish I was there, or more like, man, with that rain, I'm glad I stayed home?
Well, with that rain, I would have preferred to wait till the sunny day, but it looked like a great spot. Maybe we can get 12 guys to come move that table for us.
Yeah. Well, it was only like a 4 foot by 3 foot section, so I'm not sure.
Rich will find 6 coppers in there. For sure.
I don't know if I'd want to go back. It was an hour and 45 minutes away. And it was one of those things where like the weatherman says, oh, it's just going to be cloudy. So you're like, all right, let's go for it, guys. And you get out there and it wasn't cloudy. It rained all day long and thunder.
Well, when it's raining, it's cloudy.
Yeah, but like I said, we're still debating this weekend. We're supposed to go back Saturday. I'm watching the weather. Earlier today, it said rain all day. Now it's saying no rain. whether or not we're going to move this weekend to Sunday.
We're not supposed to have rain again until next Thursday. So
Well, we'll see.
good.
My weather app shows different than yours does.
Well, I have the real one.
I mean, I don't want to. Well, if you look at mine, if you can see, Doug, can you see Saturday and Sunday on mine?
And lift it up a little.
Hold on. There it is. There we go. Can you see my weather app on there, Saturday and Sunday? There's rain clouds on both of them. See the rain?
And it just shows clouds. It doesn't.
No,
show
it doesn't.
Rain.
What's falling from the cloud?
Oh, well, that's.
What falls from clouds, Doug?
It's a 65 and 75% chance. So,
but you gotta look at when that's gonna rain. It might be.
I know that's what I'm saying, but it changes. It changes. I mean, look, there's no secret out there that weathermen have no accountability. You could say tomorrow a tornado's coming in, lock your houses down, bolt it to a tree, everyone run for danger, and the next day could be sunny, and the weatherman still has a job. There's no accountability.
Can you see mine?
Let me see.
I just knocked it out.
All right. And this is going to go really well.
Yeah, forget it. Mine shows no rain.
All right, listen, I'm hoping no rain.
Go with yours.
We'll go with yours.
I'm using the Weather Channel, official Weather Channel.
It's a program now. The weather guys don't actually even make any of the decisions anymore.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's based off of past, Well,
I mean, what I usually do is you wait till the day before, and you just see what the weather is happening, 8 hours to the east or to the west, and it's coming.
Yeah.
So how they get it wrong, I don't know. It's crazy to me.
We have umbrella hats. We'll wear them.
We do have those umbrella hats, like those the rice picking guys would wear. Like it goes on your head, Rich, like a hat, and it opens.
That's a derogatory.
Isn't that where they stemmed from? The guys that pick the rice.
It's very ethnic.
No, it's not. I didn't say what ethnicity picks rice, but if you're picking rice in rice paddies, it's wet, and they wore the hats.
Okay.
There is nothing bad about that. I don't think. I didn't say rice pickers. I said people that pick rice.
Oh, okay. And what are they called? Rice.
Well, listen, that's a thing they do. What do I tell you? People pick rice. Jeez, Dak.
It's great for sun too. Thank you, Audrey.
All right, I appreciate it. Yes, but listen, we're gonna wind this up. Me and my three rice pickers. I'm gonna head on downstairs, but I will give everyone their final thought. If I didn't say any hellos, Doug, let me see. Is anybody that came in I didn't say hello to?
We were missing a lot of friends.
I know. I tried to bring a lot of comments up as I saw them. Here's one I'm not familiar with. Let's see here. Weathermen can be wrong every day and still get a bonus. You're 100% right.
Yeah,
and look,
my next life, I'm going to be a weatherman.
Yeah, like they go to school for they might go to school for 8 years to be a meteorologist, and they go on television. They put everyone in a panic. And look, I'm not saying it's easy or hard or whatnot. I'm just saying that they could be wrong 10 times in a row, and there's no accountability. Doesn't matter. Put them on the 11th day. Why not just say whatever you want? You know what I mean? But yeah, weathermen, it's hard to tell. It's hard to trust them.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Doug. I will give you your final thought, and then I'll work my way down the board.
It was nice being on tonight, even though I had no share in finding anything this week. It's fun just chatting about the finds you guys get. So.
Scotty Poppers again. He wants to be the Jordan warrior. If you ever hunt with us, if you wear jorts,
you will be not the quarter hoarder, the jort warrior.
Yeah, the jorter warrior. I'm sorry, I mean to cut you off.
You get them down a little bit. You could be the shorter jorter warrior.
I don't know how tall Scotty Popper is. If he's shorter, yeah, he could be the shorter jorter warrior or something. I don't know what the heck it is. I wasn't even listening, Doug. Were you whatever you were saying, is it over?
Yeah, it's over.
Okay,
yeah.
it's over.
It wasn't that.
Rich, any final words from you, my friend?
Well, it was a fun show. I'm happy to be back after it feels like 2 months I haven't been on. So it's nice to talk in the chat, and it was nice to show Doug all the. I know he watched the video, but since he wasn't there that day, nice to show him all we found. And
Yeah, it's fun watching you guys.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah,
I ought to do more of that.
Well, hey,
come when it's raining. You can watch me go all day.
Oh, look, a first timer, Doug. First time quarter after. Enjoyed all the good folks. Thank you. That is from Deborah Fountain. Thank you, Deborah. Thanks for popping in and hanging on out. Oh, and Deborah, I don't know if you got here early enough or not, but if you missed it, here's a picture. See
this.
It's a picture of Nocta Mark with the Nocta Oompa Loompas that help Mark pull the machines down. When you buy one, someone's got to pull those machines off the shelves, and it could be these Oompa Loompas up here, or it could be these Oompa Loompas over there. I'm sorry. Where was I? Rich, were you just still done talking, my friend?
I think I was done, but thank you everybody again for hanging out.
I apologize for not listening. Lynn, final thoughts of the night.
Well, I just looked up the weather on mine, and it does say rain for Saturday, but not until 8:00 at night. So
that's livable. That's livable.
Yeah, we might be.
As long as it's like 6 or even 5, because I'd like to get a full day. If we have to move it to Sunday, we move it to Sunday. But
right. Well,
I'd rather go Saturday.
We have a plan B then, and I'm looking forward to that. But I'm really looking forward to the jorts.
I don't know if we're going to wear the jorts. It said 60 degrees. It's a little chilly for jorts.
Yeah, but
we're not gonna let you forget it though. As soon as it's 85 degrees, you're wearing.
Yeah, you got to wear them.
Maybe
you could wear them with your with those leg things.
With the axolotl strip. Maybe I'm wearing the jorts right now. Who knows? You can't see.
You don't normally wear pants during the live, do you?
That's right.
Well, I like to be comfortable. I'm not naked by any means, but I like to be comfortable. So yeah, because all these chairs, you stick to the chairs and stuff. So, yeah, I do. Hey, I'm bringing the jorts back. They sell them, so they must be, somewhat in style.
Maybe you have to have some that says quarter hoarder printed across the back, or
quarter hoarder jorders. Oh, if we all wore them, we'd all be quarter hoarder jorders. Listen, before I go, I got to ask everybody out there, honestly, does anyone out there own a pair of jorts? Anybody? I'm curious if anyone had. Lynn, do you own jorts, or have you owned jorts in your life? I know you must have at one time.
Probably. Whether I would wear them now is another story.
Why are jorts so bad? What's wrong with jorts?
I was gonna say, in case you asked me, that
Sue has jorts. Look, Treadwell owns jorts.
They were a little bit of a 90s thing, I believe.
Tonaholic owns jorts. I mean, come on. Mark has bedazzled jorts with rhinestones and stuff on them.
That's the best.
Dazzle.
Everyone. Look, Audrey Girlinghouse wears jorts all the time. I can't tell your profile picture. Are there jorts in that? I can't tell. Look, Jessie Lee. Oh, yeah, she's got jorts. Amanda Collins when I was a kid. But, I mean, what about modern day? Everyone, I mean, come on.
All right.
You should really ask how many people wear the jorts. Not how many people have
guys.
Oh, you're saying it's not something that guys can wear jorts, you're saying girls can wear jorts?
I think they were all girls that answered, except for Mark and his bedazzling.
The Oompa Loompas made them. That's their side business, is bedazzling jorts.
All right, so I listen, I will clarify then. Do any men out there currently wear jorts? I'm curious. Where's Scotty Poppers? Come on, Scotty. Does any men out there wear jorts?
Real men don't wear jorts.
Yes, David Cassidy, quarter hoarder jorders. Yes.
Detechnician.
Detechnician. Let me see where. Oh, here it is. Let's see.
He's from Ireland.
I don't know. Oh, he didn't even know what jorts were until tonight, and turns out he's been wearing them for years. Yeah, where's that picture of the lady with the jorts? Hold on. It was that ring return. Let me find. I didn't even realize that I had a picture of someone wearing jorts until you pointed it out. Let me bring it back up again. What was that? That was the ring you found. Where the heck is it?
Proposal.
Yeah, I'm looking for the proposal picture. Here it is. I got to remove his comment real
I
fast.
think everybody in the chat tonight should take a picture of themselves and email it to hoarder@yahoo.com.
I'm glad you said that, Doug. I meant to say something. But anyway, this is what jorts are, just jean shorts, but not jean shorts that you cut with like scissors and turned your own jeans into shorts, but they have to be hemmed at the bottom.
Yes,
Like
yes.
they were made to be
that way.
They're made to be jean shorts. For some reason, someone decided that they're out of style. I think they still like, who's the decider of that, Doug? Like I decide that they're not out of style. So who's right?
Larry wears Daisy Dukes.
No, he does not. Does he really?
He wears Jill's Daisy Dukes.
All right. I want to say I meant to say, and that's kind of late in the show now, but I'll have to mention it next week. I needed pictures from people of specific finds, but there's a whole dissertation about it next week. I'm going to be incorporating other people's finds into the show for a specific reason. I'll go into it next week. It's getting
that'd be cool.
Yeah, I need a bunch of them too. So the more the merrier. What's he wearing now? Oh, he wears the overall jorts. Do they make jort overalls, Lynn?
Yeah.
Like really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I don't know if I don't think I own a pair of them yet.
That might be cute on you.
I think mine are cool. They're not only jorts, but they're like black acid wash jorts. So I think
you're not helping yourself.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
How about tie dye?
No, I can't wear tie dye. I don't like the tie dye, but I do like.
Doug wears it though.
I like. Yeah, look, Doug, Stone Cold Steve Austin. He wears jorts. That guy's cool.
Right.
And when was he cool? When was the last time he was cool?
He probably still wears. He still wears them. He still wears them. All right, Lynn, somehow I got on my right. I'm look, the designer jorts. Yeah, look, Bree wears overalls all the time, but are your overalls jorts, Bree? Are yours jorts? I guess she's worried about carpenter cracking. That's why she wears the overalls. That's good thinking. I've seen more of Charlie than any grown man should see of another grown man because Charlie bends over a lot. And
when Charlie was in the hospital to get his knee replaced, he should have had that plumber's crack repaired.
They should have spackled it up. Yeah, poor Charlie.
Oh my God.
Instead of Larry winning the belt, you should have given Charlie a belt, Doug. He's not even here to defend himself. I feel bad. He's not here to defend
crack
himself.
Charlie.
Yeah. But, all right, I got to wind this up, Doug. I haven't eaten dinner. I am super duper starving. But thank you for all the jort jokes. And who knows, maybe next week you'll tune in and one of us or all of us might be.
Well, I won't be wearing them.
The quarter hoarder. The quarter hoarder jorders.
Okay.
It's like a rock band.
Send me a picture of Mark. Send me that picture of Mark. I'm going to have T-shirts made.
What about jorts, Doug? If you wear jorts with your gaiters.
Yeah.
That's a good look. Jorts and gaiters.
Yeah. I still got the gaiters.
All right, here we go. One last time, Doug, and then we're done.
Yeah,
there
send me that picture.
If anybody wants to screenshot this, any interactions with Mark, there it is. That's Mark with all the Nokta Oompa Loompas. So thank you for Nokta Mark. All right, we're going to get out of here, Doug. I'm tired. My throat's starting to hurt. And
I know, and you're hungry.
I'm hungry. I haven't eaten all day. Thursdays are rough for me. I don't get a whole lot done.
Hungry?
A little bit.
He has to go iron his jorts.
But they're already still perfectly clear because I've never wore them. They went from the store to my shelf. So they're still hanging up. I do want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out tonight. Of course, Bree, the moderator in here. Let me see. Where's Bree? There she is.
Yeah.
Thank you for hanging out all night, Bree. Hot Mess Fishing, who is here. Teresa, who is flying. I hope you landed safely, Teresa. I'm not even sure where she's going.
Yeah.
But we will see Teresa, I think, in a week, Doug. Or is it 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
2 weeks out.
15th.
Yeah, out detecting the Heartland. It should be a lot of fun out there. We always have a good time. And we will get pictures. And if anybody shows up at Detecting the Heartland and you wear jorts, I'll make sure you're in the video that week.
Get an autographed picture.
You get an autographed picture of Doug, and you can you can get an autographed picture of the.
Autographed
I guess and both of us. So, all right, we're going to get out of here. I want to thank everybody for hanging out all night. I want to thank Lynn, Rich, Doug for making the time, the moderators, of course, and all of you for hanging out and just doing goofy shenanigans. So, David Chumley. Shout out to one last time, David Chumley, our good buddy.
Say hi to Laura.
All right, but I'm out of here, Doug. So, hey, thank you all for watching. Happy hunting, and we will see you on the next one. Later.
Good night.
Good night.
See ya.